do this kind of signatures? Have we seen it before? So it's those components and everything. Even though people have gone to disturb the scene, there are still some kind of components, some wires, some serial numberings on some things that you'll try to fix together to reconstruct the scene.
That's part of the child.
Do you get what I'm trying? That you try to reconstruct the scene from those kind of things.
Yeah, but Dr. Shem, pardon me to bother you, because if all of this training has gone on, and I don't know at what level is it, again, going back to that, at the federal level or state level?
Yeah.
Because in all the briefings we've gone, I mean, we know how reconstruction,
yes,
as you've also mentioned, because
yes,
many of them have all their signatures. We haven't seen any one of them carry out your training.
Let me explain to you. Forensic science is rigorous. You must be intelligent. You must have very inquisitive mind. And you'll see, even abroad, the people who will be the crack guys will be very scholarly, because you are also looking at the scheme. You are also in your head imagining scenarios. Therefore, Nigeria must actively find people. What I'm saying is we have people who do some sort of forensic, fingerprint, yeah, document. Yeah, Nigeria has some, but...
Do we have forensic labs?
Yeah, we do have, the police have labs.
Which one? The one in...
Yes, the police have...
Oshodi?
Alagbon. But there are certain kind of levels in which you can do. For example, I don't think they do the finest of DNA analysis, but some level of fingerprinting and something. So the police can do that. But when you talk of this kind of high level, you need to bring different competencies. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. The scene, if it's fire, you saw what happened in South Africa, the Pistorius case. They got ballistics experts. For example, I'm not a ballistics, I'm a cybercrime, a crime scene, and a document expert. But I understand this because, so I'm trying to say, in a scene will determine even to get capacities.
Could you tell us then, is there any security situation in this country at the moment that your forensic knowledge is being deployed, and where or what level are we now?
Okay, so the straightforward answer is no, because perhaps people don't know me. After today, more people will know me.
What about the ones you've been training with for 3 years?
Now, those who have been training for, when you say you don't know me, do you know how many people view Channels TV? People view Channels TV from all over the world. So I'm trying to say that the level has changed. Do you get what I'm saying? The people who have trained and those who we work for know me. I mean the lawyers, the private sector, and some people. But that, I'm just talking of some dozens of people. This morning, millions of people are viewing me. So they can start saying, you know, hang on a minute, we have an association of forensic science and expert witness. Is the kind of forensic science that we are discussing in UK and US.
Is it based here?
Yes, it's based here.
Your association is based?
Yes, and our office and my laboratory is also based here in Lagos.
Okay, so I'm just wondering though, what are some of the challenges you think that Nigeria will face, or security agencies will face in trying to deploy forensics full time?
All right, I tell you readily. For example, Lagos State government is investing in digital, in DNA forensic analysis. There are no real capacities. I don't know who they are. This will need to be built.
In terms of manpower?
Two competencies you need, not just DNA analysts. They also must be forensic educated. You know, being a DNA analyst is different from being a forensic DNA. The difference is that you must do everything such that it will be admissible in the court. So, two competencies. So, it is organizations like ours who will need to start helping to train. We will need also to start saying you can't bring just any foreign person. There must be standards and quality assurance. So you need to think of how will you sustain and build capacities, and then how will other people start even being aware of what you can do. Secondly, at the national level, you must start identify bright, brilliant minds who are interested. This area in answering you is all about capacity. You must get people, you must sponsor people, we must get aids either through government saying we are giving this organization and focus people 200 million, 1 billion over the next. I mean, I have law enforcement agents who come to train with me. Suleiman, they cry when if you look at that something.
What breaks them?
What breaks them is that they don't believe this thing they call forensics on the TV really happens in Nigeria. For example, please, can I get that the second paper there? Yeah, just the second one. No, and the third one. Yes, please. Now, if they can beam on this, for example, if they can beam on this, this is in Nigeria, and these are people, and that's me in the suit, dressed, and law enforcement agents crying that they didn't know they will ever get to this stage. So I'm just trying to say that some have started acquiring, but that's just a little scale. Actively, the government and other stakeholders, just like then look at the areas where you guys are very strong at, defending people who have been violated, gender equality and rape. When ladies, for example, are violated and raped, a nurse must understand she's involving herself in a forensic issue. When they take the high vaginal swab, it should be properly labeled. This is the only evidence to show that there was a penetration.
So with all of this in place...
So you can imagine that you need also to... Yes, please.
So many people will definitely be paying for crimes. With all of this in place, if the police or the security agencies employ forensic knowledge and analysis in solving crimes, a lot of people who are criminals will do time.
You are right. Let's just say the commonest one. Somebody just wakes up. He raped me. You know, just he raped me. And the guy says, I didn't. And they put a parade. And somebody comes to identify. You know, with time, you lose your memory. You just say, that's the guy who raped me. For example, that guy will go to jail. The only thing that can save that guy is if they do a DNA analysis. And as such, there has been what you call miscarriage of justice. A lot of miscarriage of justice. Many people are languishing in jail for what they never committed. And that is why I think even the judges should be given basic forensic education. You can imagine he raped me and there is nothing you can do. Then sometimes people have, when during fight, people scratch each other. The fingernail scrapings is enough evidence because that would have gotten from the violator. So the area of miscarriage of justice, the area of inability to conclude, the inadmissibility of evidence, let's look at it more interesting. If any of you are judges and I brought 20 bags of ballot papers to you this morning, you look at that ballot papers and you'll be thinking, Dr. Osiyemi, what do you expect me to do? You know, I don't know document examination. So you need forensic education to the judges as at yesterday. Give them money, just the forensic education. The lawyers needed it as at yesterday. They can argue cases sometimes. For example, if I use 2 pens to write over each other, if you use a UV and infrared light, you can discriminate. But since the lawyer is not forensically educated, you can push anything through him. So there is a really need for that. There is a need for us to identify people like us, and the whole idea of the association is for stakeholders like you and all Nigerians to start stepping up the game.
All right, Dr. Abiodun Osiyemi is a forensic scientist and president, Association of Forensic and Expert Witnesses. We thank you for your time, and we do hope security will glean and then, of course, take advantage of maybe knowledge, experience as this, and then deploy them to several other cases. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go away.